As the new building becomes more and more complete and we start planning out heading out of here, it's almost about the time to bid farewell to this reptile room. But before we do that, I figured we'd make one last video showing off this amazing place and all the animals in it. So if you guys want to see some really cool reptiles and one last look at this reptile room before we head on out, make sure you stick around, and as always, let's get into it. As you can see right here, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and there's even more stuff over there, and then you bend around the corner and what do you know, there's more stuff. So say we head on over to the entrance of this place and take it step by step on each of the amazing reptiles that we own over here. First up on the list, we're going to be starting off with a bang, and that is going to be the Keiserlingi, otherwise known as the wonder gecko or giant frog-eyed gecko. Absolutely amazing arid species of gecko, and one of the only arid species of geckos I own. They're hanging out in this 24 by 18 by 18 dubia enclosure. Absolutely love these guys. A rare gecko that you really don't see. I haven't seen these things in years until I saw that the pair was available and grabbed them, but absolutely amazing. Coming on over into this wall, we get to talk about some amazing stuff. This is going to be either my micro gecko projects or just small geckos. Maybe they don't consider micro, whatever. Or we get to talk about the babies and grow out enclosures that we have down here. Cooking is Phelsuma clemeri, otherwise known as the neon day gecko. Here is one that is out and about. Unfortunately, the enclosure is well, you know, some bioactive enclosures do well and some bioactive enclosures do not. These bloodleafs unfortunately did not make it, and this purple passion right here is not doing great. Clemeri I don't mind though, she is just chilling. They're an awesome little species. I like them because they don't immediately try to dart out like a certain species that we're going to be talking about. But overall, just a cute, amazing little girl. On this enclosure, we have Urodactylodes, otherwise known as the chameleon gecko, a New Caledonian species that is a little bit more uncommon than the regular ones you see, gargoyles, crested, things like that. We got a pair going on in here and some eggs in the ground. For any of my bioactive enclosures, I decided to just let the babies hatch out inside of the enclosure itself. Makes my life easier, because could you imagine trying to dig soil around all these rooted plants and sticks? I've done it. It's a pain in the butt. So when we find some Urodactylodes babies, we will grab them and set them up in little baby enclosures. But for right now, this mom's doing awesome. Not 100% sure where their dad is. I love this pothos, and I really hope these air roots start coming down, almost make like a mangrovey enclosure. I think that would be really cool. That enclosure right next to him, we have... Then that enclosure right next to him, we have Pablo, the crazy gargoyle gecko. Now, believe it or not, which you probably see when you see this gargoyle gecko as a baby, maybe a couple months old, Pablo is well over a year old. I'm not gonna boast and say this is dwarfism or anything, make any speculations like that, but this thing just will not put weight on it. I've had Pablo since the last reptile room tour we've done. You can see he's just eating bugs. We feed him the crested gecko diet, and this man does not grow. The only thing that grows is his attitude. He gave me a little chomp right before I got him out, and you see he's jumpy. Absolutely beautiful gargoyle gecko, but it just won't grow. No other Come on, Pablo, come on. No other deformation, no kinks, no underbite, nothing like that. A perfectly normal looking gargoyle gecko. The only difference being he's small, okay? Small gecko. And on this enclosure, as you can see, I really got to clean this glass. We have the Anole marmoratus babies. We'll check out the pair here pretty soon. We've got 4 of these guys. I'm gonna open the thing. Now, I'm not really scared of much. I'll take a bite of anything in this reptile room, but trying to catch these tiny little fucking things is a pain in my butt. So there's one. We got another one right there. I think I saw one behind this tree, but a bunch of these little babies, these bad boys will be ready to go next month. Obviously, grow them out a little bit, make sure they're eating, drinking, all that good stuff, but some awesome little baby anoles. I'm really excited. This is my first year producing them, and so far we have a total of 4, which is really exciting. Oh no, wait, there's another one right there. Incredible. All right, Mr. Rogers, it's your time to shine. You're about to be the star of the show, so don't try to bite me. What did I just say? You're good. Over here, we got a corner I don't really talk too much about because it's not really breeding project related, right? But right here we have Jolly Roger, an absolutely incredible bearded dragon. This is going to be a KC Paradigm morph. When I bought this dragon, I had no idea what it was. I thought it was a pie bearded dragon. I got wicked lucky. I'm not too caught up into the morph game at Bearded Dragon, so after some quick online research, I realized it's a little more common than I thought. Not the crazy pet store find that I thought I had, but overall, God, you are just a... Come on, come on. No, you bluff now. I know you bluff. I'm gonna pet your chin. Still cranky as always. As you guys can see, Jolly Roger has completely tamed out. We can give him chin scratches and all that. Absolutely amazing dragon. Just take a look at that little dude. Cool guy. No brain plans for these guys. I just like bearded dragons, so I'll always have one in my collection. As soon as he gets a little bit older, which he's grown quite a bit, we'll be moving him up into this 4x2x2, but of course that won't be until the next building. Coming right here, we've got the big star of the show, Wilson the sulcata tortoise. Absolutely amazing little dude. Sounds absolutely amazing. We've had this guy for 2 years now? I can't exactly remember. You can see he's getting some size into him. He's getting his personality back. Usually just hides in a shell, but now that it's summertime, he is out and about. Something I'm really excited for the new place is the fact that Wilson will be getting an upgraded enclosure. We'll be sectioning off the room for him. So for Wilson, he's gonna have an 8x4 kind of border, just boarded out. We'll be filling that with substrates, everything to burrow in, and everything like that. So no more cage for Wilson. He'll have a fenced-in area, which I'm very excited about. Obviously, he's getting a little too big for this thing, but there's no point in setting something else up when we're about to head on out of here. Something I really don't talk that much out is the fact that we do still have some Chinese cave geckos. This is a male that we have going on right here, and then we also have a female that we're growing out that will be ready next season. These guys just love to go. Absolutely amazing, guys. Everyone's like, Dakota, breed leopard geckos. I'll never breed leopard geckos, but this is the closest thing you'll get if you want a leopard gecko looking dude, because let's be honest, the Chinese cave gecko is pretty much just a goth leopard gecko, and I think that is pretty cool. Coming on down over here, we have some amazing stuff to talk about. My rare Anole species, some awesome frogs, just really cool stuff. So let's just get in on that. And I'm sure you'll have noticed old Dakota did clean the glass for you. I didn't do an exceptional job, but I did a job that warrants being able to see the species. Coming down on this list, actually, let's talk about this first. This is going to be the marmoratus. So all those babies you guys saw earlier, this is the pairing. This is going to be the male right here. Absolutely beautiful guy. The female, oh, you can actually see her. Oh, well, as soon as I said it, she hid behind the cork. That's their favorite hiding spot, but an awesome species. Check out that beautiful golden head. Unfortunately, fired down, so you don't get to see the blue that this species has, but all in all, an amazing Anole species. Heading on here, we have Anolis macuba. There is the female. The male has been kind of a bit of a trickster on me. Let me see if I can get him on out. No luck. This B-roll will suffice though. An absolutely beautiful male, beautiful female. So far I've only found one egg from these guys, and just like what we're doing with the marmoratus and the Iridactylodes, we're just gonna keep them in here. So I'm not sure how many eggs are in here, but so far no babies have hatched out of the substrate yet. But hopefully within this year we can get some macubas, because they are absolutely beautiful. Great looking female, and then of course that male is also spectacular. Up on the list, Anolis carolensis, otherwise known as the green anole. Don't get the color confused. They're greens. They're just always brown. Same look as the macubas. I have not seen any eggs or any babies yet, but absolutely amazing species. Something I do love about Anolis carolensis is they are a communal species, which means we can actually believe the babies in here. And although they won't be as parental as say the Toey geckos, they will live harmoniously. Live just fine in this enclosure. This purple waffle plant's been doing great. We got the Swiss cheese monstera new growth, that spider plant, that whole enclosure. Bromeliads have new growth. It's just a great looking cage. And the dreaded Phelsuma lineata, otherwise known as the line day gecko, a species that keeps me on my toes for whether it is an adult like this or a baby that hatches out in this cage. Old Dakota knows one thing. I'll be goddamn chasing these things around the reptile room for 15 minutes as soon as I open this cage. God! Doing great so far. We have hatched out 2 babies, and the babies are doing good as well. Once I tried in the 8x12 that we saw earlier, that did not do the case, so we did switch them on over, and we are doing acrylic enclosures like this right here. Not arboreal, but it will work for a baby. We do need to move it on up so it gets some of that UVB lighting and everything like that, but all in all, a cool species, great for bioactive enclosures, not handleable. Do not recommend handling this species. Coming on down here, we got some interesting cages to talk about. These are going to be all of our 12x12x18s. In here is actually just that reduced pattern Toey that we are shipping off. Here's that video right there if you don't know what I'm talking about. He'll be going for our world's first pairing with my buddy Logan, M95 Genetics. Absolutely awesome. We just needed him to have a cool off period, and he will actually be heading out of here in just a couple of days. Next up, we have our White's tree frogs. This duo is actually doing awesome. I don't breed White's tree frogs. I just I'd like getting a couple of them would be really cool, and I was not wrong. These guys are in desperate need of enclosure upgrade. They have grown up, they are big boys. However, I refuse to make a giant bioactive enclosure and then lift that bioactive enclosure 200 miles to the new place. So they're sticking where they are, they'll be fine. Next reptile room you see, they will be in a nicer, bigger enclosure. And last on this shelf of filled enclosures are the mourning geckos, a species I actually forgot to mention back there. We do have some mourning gecko babies, I believe the same number, like 3 to 5 babies in one of those 8x12s. This is going to be the colony of the adults going on. Same criteria, I just let them hatch out in there, then when I notice them, I'll catch them and throw them in the 8x12. I've been having very good success doing that, in that I will do. The old saying, don't fix it if it ain't broken. This method ain't broken yet. At least I don't think it is. I could be wrong. I don't know. Coming on in here, we have the Tegu lizards. This is going to be my pair of Tegus. We have not bred Tegus. We attempted back at the old building, but unfortunately it was just a little... We didn't have any luck, and then with this one, without the amount of outlets or the space that I properly need, I just have kept these guys as a pair. I've had zero issues with them trying to attack each other, dominance, anything like that. We don't cycle them from breeding, so the female doesn't get defensive over nesting spots. Nothing like that. Some very exciting news will be the fact that these guys will actually be bred at the new facility. I'm very excited to cycle them for 2026 and hopefully get some absolutely amazing eggs. The male is a black and white blue hybrid, and then the female is actually a Florida wild caught that I've gotten like 3 years ago. The things everyone's gonna say is, Dakota, it's so dry in there. That dirt is dry. You can feel the condensation on this tent right here. It is humid AF in there. It's the great thing I love about grow tents when it comes to species like Tegus, because of the fact is it'll keep the humidity in. You don't have to have soggy substrate while you do it. And coming over to this side, we have some really nice bioactive cages. Take a look at that. Not so much this one. I need to rework this cage, make it a little bit better. And then a non-bioactive temporary cage. So let's get into it. First cage on the list is going to be my pair of Chahoua geckos. The female in here is actually for sale. I do not see her, but I do see the male just chilling. They're in the Dubia 18x24, beautiful bioactive viv, one of the first ones that I have made. They're doing great. The female in here is for sale just because I thought she was having egg problems, but then it ended up turning out she actually gave me a good clutch of eggs. I can actually see her tail. There she is. So she is a proven breeder, and now she's laying me good eggs. However, I still decided to list her for sale because we do want to upgrade the quality of her Chahuas. I don't necessarily want to work with the vast majority of them, but I want the quality of the animal to be just a little bit better than what this girl has to offer over here. You'll hear me talking about it first, but this will definitely not be the last time I mention this name. That is going to be Toey geckos. We got Bert the friendly Toey on, if you can see behind that monstera plant. And then the female for Bert, the Bert's girlfriend, is going to be right on over there. They're in an 18x24 Exo Terra, fully planted. This polka dot plant seems to be struggling a little bit, but watermelon vine. And then this monstera is just taking over. I might actually groom this back a little bit. That bromeliad's also doing great. So far, no eggs from Bert. These guys are both pos het for patternless, so fingers crossed we can hatch out some eggs from these guys, and then potentially get some patternless Toeys for 2025. Oh, well, if it ain't the project that has given me the biggest headache of my life, the standing eye. Yay, let's talk about standing's day geckos. There is the female right there, the male is right there, fired down unfortunately, so you can't see his full beautiful colors, but he is doing great. And what do you know, another bad set of eggs. Wow, who would have guessed? Another bad set of eggs from the standing eyes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the female's the problem. She is a little bit old at this point. She's about, I'd give her about 7, potentially. At least I've had her for quite a while, probably about 5 years at least, so she's at least 7. So maybe she's just not meant to go to eggs. Maybe we'll swap her out, give her a better home as a pet only, and then get a female breeder in here for this guy. But this year is not looking up for standing eye eggs. We have had nothing but 3 clutches of duds from these guys, and the same can be said by last year. A bummer, but, well, sometimes you're dealt with the cards you're dealt, and let's just hope we can get at least one good egg cycle from them this year. The last thing on over here before we head on over back to that breeder section that we started at, we need to talk about the Quince monitor, an absolutely beautiful species. This guy's in shed right now. Are you real hungry? Can I take you out maybe? Let's see how awful this goes. It's going to go awful. Not food. If you're gonna bite me, bite my elbow. See, not food. I've had this guy for quite a few years, at least I think we're coming up on 3 years now. Now this species is a longer, it takes a while for them to become that like nice adult size. So at this point in time, he's getting up there, like he's getting a pretty good size. Definitely need of an upgrade from this 4x2x4. We will be upgrading him at the new facility. So Boris, our rhino iguana, that's actually upstairs, he's not down here. He'll be going in this 4x2x4, and then the Quince monitor will then be going down or going up into a bigger enclosure. I'm not sure what that size will be yet. I need to find out what the layout is officially, and then we'll be giving him that upgraded spot. Come on. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. Is that it? Are you grumpy now? Yeah, you're walking away. All right. Brother, this dude is hungry, you can tell. Any slight movement, he is on the charge, so he definitely wants some food. Sorry, brother, no food on me right now. Just wanted to show you off a little bit. Don't be fooled, that's not the gates of heaven going into our Lord's glorious light. It is actually a tent filled with absolutely amazing things, but in order to fully understand what is going on in this tent, I think we might have to do a quick, boys and girls, before we continue on today's video. I do just want to talk a little bit about the website. Over at DB Project Jungle, you guys can get everything you need to build a mini jungle of your own for your reptile. It includes a variety of absolutely gorgeous plants. We got the trailing plants, we got the arboreal plants, we got the plants that do plant stuff, bromeliads, Tillandsia, and plants. What more could you ask for? Well, we have a hell of a lot more. That including your substrate, your drainage layer. We got full bio kits. Let us take the guesswork out for you and put together an amazing kit that you can build at home for your very own reptile. Different stuff for a lot of different folks, but one thing's for sure, it's bioactive related. If that's something that interests you, you guys want to get your cleanup crews and everything you could need for a bioactive enclosure, head on over to the link we have down in the description, or you can head to dbprojectjungle.com. Thank you guys so much. I believe I've taken enough of your time. Let's get back into the video. Come on over into this little rack system thingy we got over here. I cannot wait to get rid of rack systems, but we do still take care of you. We have some of these grow out gargoyles like this little one right here. Take a look at this. This is an amazing dude. This one is going to be held back to be bred next season. However, we do have quite a few gargoyles that are adults and then grow outs as well that will be ready for next season or that are proven breeders. If you guys want to check it out, DakotaBlueExotics.com, or check out the Morph Market. You'll be able to see some amazing gargoyles like this guy that is up for grabs. Sure, by the mess you can see in this enclosure, you already know who we're going to be talking about. I know. Oh, I know. Hell. You're putting yourself in this situation. You know what? Respect boundaries. I respect it. Oh, be my guest. Go on in there. Yeah, go grab her. Oh, Dakota's a little sissy. He's not grabbing Leechy. Get on in there. Beautiful GTX cross Leechy pair we are running again this year. Unfortunately, she did get a little bit beat up by the male this year, but is fully healed up and doing great, as you can tell by her incredible personality. We did end up with one set of duds this year and then one good egg that we are incubating right now at the moment. Hopefully we get one more good, at least a good clutch, man. I'm hoping for 3 Leechies this year. Hopefully within the next couple of years, all the grow outs that we've been holding back will start getting some size, and then somewhere around 2027 we'll start some more Leechy projects. But so far this is all we got, and they ain't giving me much this year, unfortunately. Coming on to this, what looks like a beautiful planted vivarium is actually just a pothos pot I laid in there and then just become let unruly and ungovernable. This houses my paradox girl. I'm just not going to attempt. I mean, I can never find anything in here. We use these as grow out enclosures now because it's impossible to really grab anything, so trying to find babies in this enclosure for tokeis, nah, tried it once, not doing it again. So we let this go for some grow outs. So this girl has been gaining weight from that 18x18, so we moved her in this 2x2, and then once she's at that full adult size, at some point next season, we will be pairing her into another one of these very many 2x2s that we have enclosures, where she will have all the merriment. I have no idea where I'm going with this. Paradox female tokay, absolutely fantastic. Alrighty, boys and girls, now getting to the most exciting part in this reptile room tour, or at least the one I enjoy the most, and that is going to be all of the tokay geckos we have right here. Coming on over from here all the way to here, we've got tokeis, and then more tokeis down over there that we just talked about a little bit ago. So let's go one by one and show off all the amazing tokei geckos that we have. Start doing a little field trip. First one on the list and the most exciting. Now this dude is usually right here. That's where I'm gonna place my bet. Is the Diablo morph, an absolutely amazing recessive tokei gecko morph. We have this dude paired with a het Diablo gal, so not only will we get this dude right here, we have a girl that, oh, there she is. We have a female as well that is laying eggs for us, and actually, since she came on by, we can show them off. And there you got it, one pearly clutch of Diablo eggs, which means we will have captive bred Diablos here in the next couple of months when those eggs hatch. As you guys can see, we have the Green Galaxy. Now, I'm not too familiar with the Green Galaxy and how it potentially works. However, from what we are trying right now is we have a girl in here. You can actually see her tail right there. This girl was produced by another Green Galaxy separated from this male. We have them paired. We do have a clutch of eggs. She laid us one clutch of duds, and then, oh, she actually ate those duds, and now we have a good clutch going on right there. So hopefully when they hatch out, they hatch out Green Galaxy. If not, then I don't understand Green Galaxy and how it works. It might just be like a funky pattern, but nonetheless, I'm excited to see what pops out. Coming on over to this cage, we have my very, very exciting pairing. This is the one that I'm most excited about. Let me just, sometimes you decorate it a little too good, you know what I'm saying? Usually they like to hide out right here. Oh, so here we have the male. The male is going to be a candy dot. Absolutely beautiful mutation. You can see the dark eyes, how the pattern changes on the animal. Absolutely fantastic. He loves to run. And the female that we decided to pair for him is going to be a het platinum. So we were going for a world's first combination of candy dot platinum tokeis, an absolutely amazing combo that has not been done before to my current knowledge. So let's hope, here's hoping that we can get this out and make some absolutely amazing tokeis. Coming on over to here, we have the Granite project. That is going to be a Granite male. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a better view on him. Oh, more babies. Look at that. Hang on, let me see if I can... Oh no, we're max zoom. We got two babies going on in there. The female is going to be on the back, and then the male's tail. And then we also have a new clutch of eggs. Little tokei gecko family. Man, out of all the space, I mean, they've got all of this. And they like that pipe. I have not been able to take that pipe out for this pairing because they just keep laying eggs in it and then the babies hide in it. So maybe one day we can get them to actually use the natural cork and the branches that go on in here, but so far they just love that PVC pipe. This gecko we talked about a little earlier, this is going to be that girl that laid that clutch of eggs that was paired with the paradox, the oddball mutation. Very exciting. Usually oddball likes to hide right on over here. Yeah, there she is. That's oddball. Oh, oddball. Oddball is a mutation that I have not been able to figure out yet. We've been breeding her for about a couple of years now. We finally got a baby going. We'll be line breeding that baby back. It did turn out male, which is very exciting, and hopefully figuring out if oddball is an actual mutation or just an aberrant pattern. That's really going to be the exciting part of the projects of what's going on over here. Some other honorable mentions I will say is we do have just a regular old run-of-the-mill normal pairing going. It's a high red male or red stripe potentially that we are pairing for a normal that has not given us eggs yet, but they've only been paired a couple of months. And then down on in here we do have what that reduced pattern was paired to, which was a normal that she is sitting on 4 eggs. Nothing too exciting to go digging around because they just look like normal tokeis, but an honorable mention I will say. And over here we got the grow out / baby rack. Babies are going to be chilling out in the 6-quart bins, and then once they outgrow the 6-quart bins, we put them on in these little setups right here until they get that full adult size, at which point we then upgrade them to the standard either 56-quart or the equivalent for a PVC. Like this absolutely beautiful lily white male. Take a look at that. That is a good looking dude. This dude's actually for sale. We have a few lily whites and a few crested geckos left from last season, and then of course we'll have quite a few this season as well, but an absolutely beautiful lily white. Last thing I do want to show off on this wall is going to be some of our there's going to be some of our lychee holdbacks, like this dude right here. Finally starting to get some size in them, and they are starting to eat like pigs. Jesus Christ, you cannot put enough food in these guys' enclosures. They're actually starting to get some movement to them, dude. You see how fast that was? But old Dakota is quick on the draw. Jump on this. Kapow. Absolutely amazing, guys. Great lychees. I can't wait to grow these guys up and get some more lychee pairs as the years go on. Over here we have the breeder rack system, one that will not be coming with us to the next place. We'll keep them in tubs for the meantime as temporary, but as the year goes on, we make some more money. Everything will be transformed into PVC enclosures. I like PVC better. I think that it looks better. The animals are a little bit better than just these standard little tubs, and I built this rack myself, and it's like, here we have all of our breeders, the gargoyles, some cresteds, and then the Chahoua geckos as well. And actually, well, what do you know? It is a good day today, because somebody laid us one pearly white. Usually it's 2 pearly whites, but hey, I'll take 1. Conclude in this reptile room tour, we talk about just the ending. There are going to be a couple more little rack systems right down here for some of our adult cresteds, or the stuff that we're not breeding right now. I think that girl hasn't been paired this year. This rack is empty. I tried this for babies. It was awful. I don't like it. We went back to shoebox bins. And then we have some of the babies that we have available, both for, well, I think this is actually all new cow. It's going to be cresteds, gargoyles, and Chahoua. It's going to be Chahoua geckos like this adorable little bean right here. Take a look at that. Little baby Chahoua gecko doing absolutely fantastic, is available right now. I love these little dudes. We only produced 1 baby from 2024, but he's been doing great, finally gaining some weight, and is ready for his new home. There you got it, boys and girls. One last look at the reptile room before we head on out and show off another reptile room when I build that one. So many cages to move. Then I gotta put them all back together. Project it will be, well, a project it will be. However, the truth of the matter is I'm very excited to get to this new place. And we've been taking every parameter possible to make this the perfect breeding area, so I expect egg production and the seasons to go a hell of a lot better than they have been in this current location. Or if that wasn't enough for you guys, I mean, you can see every transformation reptile room video we've done in that playlist, or the last one we did right here. As always, thanks so much for taking the time of your day to follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. I will see you guys next time, but until then, goodbye.